I don't think about it that much, but the numbers are pretty overwhelming, yeah.
Over the course of 5 decades, Martina Navratilova has witnessed everything that tennis has to offer.
What makes a champion tennis player?
What makes a champion? Anything. It's the same old, champions don't quit until they get it right. They're the first ones in the gym and the last ones to leave, and they're not afraid to fail.
Grand Slam champions, generational talents, packed stadiums, and cultural moments that changed the sport forever. And now she's watching a 20-year-old from the Philippines sell out every court she steps on in Indian Wells, with fans pressing through fences simply to witness a practice session. Not even she was prepared for this. To what extent do you believe? Does Alex Eala attend Indian Wells in 2026? Semifinals, quarterfinals, or something unexpected? Post your prediction in the comments section right now.
I've only dreamed of making tennis grow in the Philippines, and now I'm bringing a whole new audience to tennis all around the world.
And she's humble and she works hard.
Yes.
That's why we like her, because she's the face of the Philippines.
Just aside from her talent, she's also thinking of the future.
The Filipinos we have such a strong sense of community, and I feel like when one of us does well or one of us is succeeding, we all have that shared sense of pride.
So when Eala plays, we all get together and we all watch her, support her as a group of people.
Are there actual gatherings?
Oh yeah,
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We plan our dinners around that stuff.
Really? You signed up for Tennis Channel to watch her?
Yeah, because sometimes they don't show it.
So the year subscription, just in case.
No, the monthly.
Oh, the monthly. Okay.
The monthly, just in case she doesn't play, then we don't. All right? You only pay when she plays. It's paid to play.
My friends will tell me that the courts are full at home, and just so many things that I didn't think would happen because of what I'm doing on tour. So.
Let's begin with the image that is currently destroying the internet, and it seems the Indian Wells Tennis Garden's organizational capacity. Practice Court 6 is not a match court, not a stadium, but a practice court, and it has completely lost its mind. Fans are pushing through the fences of nearby courts just to catch a glimpse of Alex Eala hitting balls in a warm-up session before a single competitive point has been played. Christopher Eubanks, a former ADP professional who has been in this sport long enough to know what normal looks like, went on broadcast and stated that the organizers really need to move EA onto a larger court because the number of fans flooding the grounds is a legitimate safety concern. This is where we are with Alex Eala at Indian Wells 2026, and those who believe the Dubai phenomenon was a one-tournament story are having a very uncomfortable week.
We're not concerned about anyone else right now. It's Alex Eala time. This is Alex Eala's moment. Our days, our dinners, our evenings are fixated on when she's playing. That's real tennis fandom right there. Love it.
This is so great for tennis in general. Yeah. I think having players like Alex out there, and she's so gracious to all her fans. She spends time with her fans, signs the autographs, takes the photos, and really just shows the Filipino community that it is all about the Philippines. And I still carry that flag with me no matter where I go across the world. And such a young woman at that has that wisdom of just what it means to play for her country.
Only 20 years old, such maturity, already a hero to her entire nation. I mean, it's basically Manny Pacquiao and Alex Eala, right? I mean,
that's it. That's it.
That's who they're looking up to right now.
The template for what is currently taking place in California was originally written in full in Dubai, so let's return there. Following the occasion, Salatlak, the director of the Dubai Tennis Championships tournament, gave an interview that attracted the attention of the tennis community. He spoke to the fact that every Yele game was sold out, poorly attended, and poorly ticketed. His framing was purposeful and perfect. There were no tickets left, despite people's frantic attempts to obtain them. He then included the section that caused everyone to stop scrolling. He has been in charge of the competition since 2019, and he has never seen anything like it. It's a competition. A director with years of experience overseeing an event that has featured defending Grand Slam champions and world #1 stated that he had never seen music made by a player ranked outside of the top 30. Not the largest gathering, not a fantastic setting, anything unheard of. Talek selected the stronger statement because it was true, despite the fact that they are significantly different. During all of that, what was Eala really doing in court? In the round of 32, she defeated Italian musician Jasmine Pini, ranked 7th in the world, marking her first victory in the top 10 of 2026. She then pushed deep into the quarterfinals before falling to world number 4 Coco Gauff 6-0, 6-2 in music straight sets. On paper, the scoreline versus Gauff appeared lopsided, but the circumstances leading up to that game revealed an entirely different picture of Eala's present state of play and how quickly she's improving. She had a 10-6 record for 2026 when she came in Dubai. The points from those runs put her at a career high of number 31 in the world, with quarterfinals in other events and semifinals in Auckland already piling up. Sufficient to earn a first-round purchase at a WTA 1000 event for the first time in her career and break into the top 32 seedings at Indian Wells. With a first-round purchase, she avoids playing an opening round and advances directly to the round of 64. That's a privilege obtained by ranking, and it shows music how far she has come in a surprisingly brief period of professional tennis. She is currently in California, where the ticket crisis has followed her from the United Arab Emirates with no decrease in severity and what appears to be some extra fuel due to the local terrain. With nearly 2 million Filipinos, California has the highest Filipino population in the entire country. To watch her play, these fans don't have to arrange foreign travel and get through customs. They have already arrived, mobilized, and fallen upon the Indian Wells tennis garden with an intensity and volume that the ground crew was just unprepared for. The fans are pressing practice court SKYROCKET fencing prevented them from doing so, as they were unable to obtain match tickets. They did this because they wanted to be as physically near to her as possible throughout the music tournament, no matter what. That degree of commitment is not the result of passing interest. It originates from a fan base that has been following the development of this particular player's story for years and is emotionally invested in each point she makes. Live broadcast commentators talked about this, and one of them asked a question that has since spread throughout the tennis community. Is Alex already the most attractive player in women's tennis worldwide at the moment? His co-analyst's remark was unhedged. He contrasted the impact she's having to that of Yannick S's ascension on the men's side, describing arenas in Australia and Dubai as standing room only, and described the atmosphere surrounding her matches as outrageous and tremendous. However, the analysts covering EA are now claiming that what she's doing is actually greater than S's Miami moment. Those who cover this sport professionally are making that analogy on the broadcast. And when someone specifically questioned whether she was currently more popular than Arena, the two players who most people would have identified as the sport's main draws are Sabalenka and Coco Gauff. Yes, was the response. Music. Those who would argue against such response ought to start by outlining the sold-out practice courts. Let's now discuss Martina Navratilova, as her remarks regarding Eala are the aspect of this tale that merits the closest examination. Music. Navratilova has won 18 Grand Slam singles championships. At the ages of 33 and 34, she won consecutive women's competitions at Indian Wells. From Chrissy Evert to Steffi Graf to Serena Williams, she has seen the sport change over the course of 50 years. In the current tennis commentary ecosystem, when everyone has a platform and views are cheap, her evaluation of a rising player carries a type of authority, music, that is actually uncommon. Navratilova took a seat before the 2026 BNP Paribas Open, joined the WTA's official portal for a glimpse of Sunshine Swing. She laughed before she even began to speak when my name was mentioned. Laughter is not dismissive, according to those who regularly follow Navratilova. It's the chuckle of someone who understands something that is truly hard to classify. She referred to Eala as a cunning person. She claimed that her left-handedness is a true tactical weapon and that she employs her versatility in a way that seriously hinders opponents. Then, pointing to the ceiling on Eala's potential, she claimed that Eala's ceiling is really higher than Pacquiao's, comparing the cultural phenomenon surrounding her to Manny Pacquiao from on the WTA's own platform. Martina Navratilova discussed a 20-year-old who was ranked 32nd in the world for music. However, Navratilova, being Navratilova, continued her compliments. She started by honestly assessing Eala's areas for improvement. Additionally, she was particular about the serve. She determined that to be the place with the largest ceiling at the moment. She stated, Ella needs a bigger serve with more kick and acknowledged that her slight build makes it physically harder to generate the kind of pace that top 10 players use to control matches from the first shot. This is why the evaluation is more important than it may seem. Navratilova didn't criticize the choice of shooting. She didn't voice any concerns concerning her dexterity, her court sense, her capacity to mentally compete with well-known figures, or her ability to make decisions under duress. She pointed out one particular technical shortcoming, the serve, and presented it as a subject of physical growth rather than a mental or strategic constraint. In fact, the best praise that someone with Navratilova's talent for the game could have given it was that kind of focused criticism. In essence, she is stating that everything else is already operating at a level that merits serious consideration. The conversation completely shifts when the service is fixed. Additionally, Navratilova's remarks are timed in an intriguing way. In an interview, she told Sabalenka, Swiatek, and Goff that the circuit is shifting. Players like Ella are part of a generation that approaches the court against well-known players without feeling intimidated, has tactical clarity, and carefully studies opponents. Navratilova is pointing out this structural change. A more general statement about how the next wave is coming, rather than a critical assessment of a single player's successful season. Let's now examine the particular pressure Eala is bringing to Indian Wells in addition to the audience and expectations. In 2025, she made an incredible run to the Miami Open semifinals, defeating players ranked much higher than her, like as Grand Slam winners Madison Keys and Galina Ostapenko. The points, music, harvest from that Miami run was substantial. It is now time to defend those points. For the first time in her career, her ranking will be impacted if her Indian Wells effort falls short of what she accomplished in Miami last year. She might make it into the top 20 with a strong run at Indian Wells, the quarterfinals, or higher. Everything is altered by that number, the top 20. At Grand Slams, it modifies seedings. Music, the polls she enters are altered. It transforms the story from a groundbreaking tale to a well-known force. And it shifts the topic of discussion from, is she the biggest draw despite being ranked outside the top 30, to is she the biggest draw full stop. On paper, the draw at Indian Wells is not favorable, but it is also not insurmountable. A rematch against Goff, music, in the third round was made possible by a victory over Diana Yastremska in the round of 64. The same Goff that defeated her in Dubai, 6-0, 6-2. Jasmine Polini is another potential opponent in the quarterfinals. Eala, music, already defeated Polini in Dubai for her first top 10 victory of the year. The route is challenging. Additionally, a player who has already shown this season that she is capable to defeating top 10 opponents on major occasions. She and Ava Yoick are also competing in the doubles draw. The same team, ranked 18th in the world, advanced to the semi-finals in Auckland in January. Competing fiercely in singles and doubles at the same time, music for 2 weeks in the California desert test physical conditioning at a level that will reveal a great deal about her current state of health. A player who has made a significant investment in her physical preparation is able to go far in both categories without faltering. And it appears that she has done just that based on every evidence from her 2026 season thus far. Christopher Eubanks worries over the practice court safety. The scenario is the particular detail that condenses all that is going on here into a single, distinct picture. A former ADP professional arguing logistically with event administrators on court assignments for a WTA player who hasn't won a main tour title yet. One of the most legitimately unique narratives in recent tennis history is the discrepancy between her ranking and her practical influence. Music, and it's happening live at one of the sport's most prominent locations. With 54,268 spectators over 15 days last year, the Indian Wells Tennis Garden smashed its own all-time attendance record. Eala wasn't included in the draw at all. She didn't participate in the discussion. She is now seated here. Player for the first time at a WTA 1000 event, and before a single match has been played, spectators are cramming through fences at music practice courts. When my name was mentioned, Navratilova chuckled. The director of the event in Dubai ran out of tickets. A former ADP professional, music, is advocating for larger courts for safety reasons, while broadcast analysts are comparing the phenomena to the most spectacular moments in recent men's tennis. The insanity is genuine. The tennis is strong enough to support every aspect of a demand, which has been confirmed. That sums up everything Alex Eala is doing to Indian Wells 2026. The tennis community is still absorbing what Martina Navratilova actually said about her. If this piqued your interest, please hit the like button and leave a comment below with your music prediction. Additionally, subscribe right away if you haven't already. This narrative is not at all